Yeah. What would happen, y'all? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I know those who rock with me and rock with the Takeover Legends Tuesday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. are like, where's the intro? We didn't make the decision. The decision was made for us. Yes, indeedy. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The decision was made. It was made for us. I know what y'all used to. I know the countdown comes, and all of a sudden the intro comes on, and everything pops off, and normally it goes.
It's about to go down.
Nope. YouTube and Facebook, they decided nope. They turned into our program directors. They were like, no. So they didn't we didn't get in trouble. We didn't get banned, but we got muted, which means, the exposure of the show, even though y'all watching, the exposure of the show on the replays, we can't get, they're like, it's muted in certain countries. Yeah, motherfucker, I think it's this country. Let me read exactly what it says. Good morning, everybody. I'll get to everybody's good mornings. And I was looking, I was like, we've been using the intro forever, and sometimes, we may not be able to play, certain clips might go too far, but it says your video is muted in certain countries where Meta does not have the music rights. And that started, now y'all know how long I've been playing the intro. That started 2 or 3 shows ago. Wonder what else had popped off 2 or 3 shows ago. Wonder what else popped off 2 or 3 shows ago. So I'm trying to be responsible. It's not because we made an executive decision. Even though some radio stations have made an executive decision. I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm not saying I'm for it. I will leave that up to the Takeover Legend community. C Chung is working on a new intro. Now I know we're gonna have no music. It's gonna be a hand clap. It's like it's about to go down. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, Tuesday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check us out. Check us on the YouTube page, Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, or on Facebook. We'll have the hottest guests and celebrities you get nowhere else but here. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. It's about to go down. So
it's about to go down.
Farewell. Let me get these good mornings up so we can get to the show. Good morning, everybody. Let me make sure we got everything right. Okay, everything's on here. Y'all were having a deep conversation. Y'all seem like y'all was already in. I know I was late because I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do for the intro. So let's see. Happy Friday Eve, Nikki White Chocolate. You scared me with the Friday Eve. I was like, wait a second. Today is Thursday. RG Parker, good morning, everybody. White Chocolate. What the hell was y'all talking about? Now y'all got me interrupting my show. OMG, you put a sunflower. That's my fave. You made my morning. Okay, all right. Well, there's something about a sunflower. Morning, Ashley Newman. Good morning, Jeanette. Good morning. I see there was something about a sunflower. Y'all was having a whole dialogue. I'm starting. This is our version of Instagram, I guess. This is our version of Twitter. Y'all get on here and say good morning. Fuck Mike. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, so we're not the only situation. There are radio stations who have decided to pull bad boy music. Well, a bunch of songs. Ms. Clark said, Happy Friday, Junior. That's not bad. Morning, Afro Queen. And I'm not for it or against it. I don't know. This Diddy's fault. Listen, we had a good run with the intro. That's all. That beat is crazy. Dun, 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 boom, boom. dun, 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 dun. Listen, you can't deny. And I'm gonna ask y'all because there are radio stations who are already pulling Diddy's music, and he hasn't been charged with anything yet. Whether we believe the charges or don't believe the charges, whether we are disgusted by the charges or not, is it okay without ever going to court to pull somebody's music? Now, let's be clear. Radio stations only did that because of the people who are making all the complaints, because we no longer care about waiting to see the outcome. We care about what the media is telling us and what we're telling each other and what we're reposting and shit like that. I get it, and I'm not going to fight these battles for people, especially people in the music business, because y'all didn't fight the battle for when they took Chris Brown down before anything came out. Pictures came out before any court and everything like that. I didn't hear the music companies fighting for R. Kelly when they took the music down, even after he won the first court case. That's just the crazy society we live in. Like, we have a court system, whether you're disgusted by what is alleged that Diddy did or not. We have a court system. We're supposed to have laws. And I don't think people should be getting, and maybe I'm veering towards the other way, but I thought we weren't supposed to be punishing people until we found out what they were guilty or not guilty of. And here in the Takeover Legend community, you've told me, certain people here have said we have to separate the art from the person. I'm back and forth on that stuff. I don't know what the right answer is. Y'all know I'm quick to say I'm not built to give you a correct. I can give you my opinion, but sometimes my opinion may not be an educated opinion. Just like what's going on in Israel. That's why I fell back and let's see Chunk talk about it. So I just want your feelings. Do you the thing about Diddy is that if you start pulling songs that he's on, the majority of songs that we love, he's not the main person on the song. He may have a 16. He may be on the hook. But basically what you're pulling is a lot of Biggie songs, maybe 112 songs, maybe some Kim songs. I'm trying to think of all the songs. Mace songs. I don't know, y'all. And I think everybody's so quick to just, they pull all the songs. I don't think we realize how many songs damn Diddy's going to be on. Kev, DJ Kevy Kev, what up? They pulling music already. Damn, I'm playing bad boy music. Hey, DJ Kevy Kev. I'm not with you or against you. I just know this is where society is gone. Good morning. What I miss? What you miss, Rashida? I was talking about we had to pull our intro because of restrictions. Now they, of course, copyright infringement is what can actually be said. But we've been using the intro forever. Just all of a sudden when the Diddy thing popped up in the mass media. What up, Queen Born? Then all of a sudden they started muting our show. So, I can only play a second of the intro. We can't get all into the intro. But my question was, radio stations are already starting to pull the music. Bad boy. And they haven't even gone to court. He hasn't even been arrested yet. Like, he hasn't been arrested yet. Now, once again, this is not about whether I think that he did it or didn't do it. It's not about if I'm disgusted by what they've alleged he did or didn't do. It's my thing is, how do we make the decision now already? But remember, before you blame radio stations, understand it's the outrage from other communities that include people who look like us, who sit there and go, I don't want to listen to it now. But what's the difference between Like, I don't want to say, well, we kind of knew there was a wild lifestyle being lived when, so we were okay when we were playing songs called that were about sex. That could be, even though I don't know if Diddy really talked about killing people. I would have to. I didn't pay attention to Diddy's verses other when he was on a hook. He was great on hooks. So now all about the Benjamins, you don't want to hear that song because like, how does it change? I mean, there are allegations about a bunch of actors. Spacey, what's the first name? Great actor. Damn, I forgot his name. Kevin Spacey. I'm pretty sure there's still movies that you could stream with Kevin Spacey on it. And he had allegations. 80% of the music today is about drugs and sexuality and killing people. So if so many songs are about sex, money, and killing people, and not all of it, I don't want to generalize because I know a lot of talented rap who talked about, like Kendrick and J. Cole. I'm talking about the newer guys for me. And, you know, every song, you know, Lauryn Hill and had amazing, you know, there's a lot of artists who didn't talk about sex, drugs, and sexuality, but we know there's a big amount. But if we weren't offended by saying kill it, I put it in chest. If we were okay with that getting played and obviously being edited, what do we like? The content was already on some BS. Gotta separate it in your private life, talent from the bullshit, or we can't watch TV, shop at certain stores, and the list goes on. You're right, Ashley. Give Ashley a round of applause for that. Let me give Ashley a little cheesy round of applause. Let's get it cheesy. I mean, I know this, y'all gonna get mad. It's an exaggeration, but it's not an exaggeration. It's like saying I'll no longer watch this porn with this actor because of some stuff he's alleged to do outside the porn. It was porn from the beginning. We should have been pissed over the content from the beginning. And I say we because I never put myself out of it. I was part of it. Like, we should have been pissed over the content. Eating sushi, playing with my coochie. If you thought that was a catchy phrase, then what you mad at now? Face down, ass up. That's the way we like to pop that. Yeah, pop that. Put it in your mouth. I got the lyrics from Machiavelli, y'all. I do it on stage. You can lick it, you can taste it. I'm talking every drip drop, don't you waste it. Go down kind of slow or even fast. I feel sprung when I feel your tongue in the crack of my... Listen, that didn't get played on the radio, even though some people did play it on the radio, the edited version. But we was rocking to it at the club. So when we start and the hook is put it in your mouth, in my mouth. Yo, we are really subjective. Some of y'all too young to know that song. That's from the book of Akinelli. Listen, I can't keep blaming companies and corporations when it's the outrage of people on social media. And I work on a radio station every Monday where there's a certain few people who will call up. And before this started, we're still complaining. They weren't complaining about Elvis Presley being the king of rock and roll. What bill is George Washington on? What is he on, a dollar bill? What bill is George Washington on? George Washington owned slaves. He's not canceled. Ben Franklin owned slaves and had kids with slaves. He's not canceled. The first 15 presidents probably owned slaves. I don't know for sure, but they're not canceled. They're still on dollar bills. We're still celebrating stuff. Like, I don't What is the point of even going to court, y'all? Like, we can't do shit if everything is based off of people's actions outside the town. It's down to church, as Mike was saying yesterday. Ashley, you know I've been saying this. If these people are breaking the law, then the law should do what they have to do. But when I go to church, I don't care if that pastor, he or she is living what they're talking, because I'm using them for my personal inspiration. So they may not be living what they're talking. They may walk right off that altar or pulpit or whatever and go walk straight into a threesome. I don't care. And their sermon could have been all about being loyal to your spouse. I don't care. I'm inspired to be loyal. I'm inspired to do better things, because we keep trying to hold people's personal lives to what that is. And I know in a perfect world, that's what you want. You would love that people actually live what they're saying. It's just most of us don't all the time. And I'm not making excuses at all. I'm not. You've also heard me say how disgusting this entire industry is. All the entertainment business is disgusting. I've said comedy, movies, music, sports. I don't care what music. I don't care if it's gospel music. The business behind it is as dirty as the business in hip hop, as the business in pop. Trust me, their tours be just as grimy on the gospel circuit as they do on any other circuit. Trust me, they're groupies backstage waiting for the gospel artists, male and female. There are drugs back there too. There's a whole bunch of nonsense going back there too. There are politics going on too. Don't let none of these gospel artists try and fool you. They as gangster as everybody else. That song was being played at my college parties and everyone knew the words. Put it in your mouth. Rashida, you already know that's when the turn up was the turn up. When that song came on, that's when the party was here. And it could be a college party where they were playing a bunch of house music, like how's your body, how's your body on that long, gotta have house music, and everybody sweating. Them college parties used to be popping, boom, 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 boom. Oh, Black Betty, land, oh, Black Betty, land, Black Betty, land, and then they go into their hip hop set after you've been sweating, and we're like, yeah. Put it in your mouth. We'd be like, oh, you already know. Me and Mike. That's what I said. All night long. You already know. Right. Burn your slave, owning money. And the list goes on. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Our guest, Bob Sumner, is going to be on the show. So, I have to send this link. You know, it's just a one-man show, y'all. It's a one-man show. So, all right. I have to write this down. I was in the flow, too. Hold on. Just give me a second to write this down. Hold on. So yeah, it just the whole point of this that bothers me. It doesn't bother me. I just don't know what to say about this. I don't know. I want to know how y'all feel. Should they take the bad boy music? I guess, and if it's, what if it's a bad boy and Diddy's not on it, which was rare. But there's a lot of bad boy artists that Diddy wasn't on. Where you can lick it, you can stick it. Yes, they did, Ashley. Yes. Matter of fact, the last show I did, there was a lady who finished the song for me. So if you're upset about the actions of one of the producers and artists that were doing something behind the scenes, why weren't you so upset about the content that was being talked about on the song? And why is it certain artists we can take away, we can look at their personal life and go, okay, but still enjoy what they're doing art-wise? Now, if you can't, and you decide not to support the artist, I understand that. That is really more common sense than anything. If you go, look, I'm just not messing with old boy or girl. I'm just not messing. I get that. But because you're not messing with a person doesn't mean other people, I don't know. This is so confusing, y'all. This is it's confusing. But y'all tell me, do you think bad boy music should be taken off the radio? Now, what the Locks got to do with this? I like the Locks. Who don't like the Locks? I like Mace. I mean, some of y'all, I need a girl to ride. I need a girl. Okay, well, some people are just going to listen. Some people are still playing R. Kelly songs. I've never been the person to stop playing R. Kelly songs. Why? Because the only time I played R. Kelly songs was when I heard it on the radio. I never bought an R. Kelly album. Not because I don't think he's one of the greatest artists ever. I was just never the dude to listen to R. Kelly and listen to Bump and Grind in my car or while I was washing the car. It just, that wasn't for me. Maybe because I heard it so many damn times on the radio, I never purchased one. It's not a reflection on him. I just never did. Punish the man, not the art. Rashida says, punish the man, not the art. But they're doing this because they know they're scared of the backlash, and losing any type of listeners in radio right now is not the move. You'll see it more. All right, so I don't want to spend. We have Bob Sumner, who's going to be on the show. One of the creators of Def Jam and curator of a lot of the person who saw a lot of comedians gave their first shot on a major platform. We'll have him at 8 o'clock. 8 a.m. So I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this because I want to get to our topic. I do want to, what was it? What I got it written down. What did we want to hit? Hidden money. Real quick. So Tyrese put a statement out, right? Did anybody watch the post that Tyrese put up? And I know I'm all over the place with this, and I always am because I get to talk to y'all, and this is like the highlight of my day. I'm going to read you. Did anybody see, I listened to R. Kelly. He was, I listened to R. Kelly. He was on, the music is good. And we don't even know the whole story behind all this. Not saying that there would be next to nothing on the radio if you take everything he touched off the radio. I totally agree with you. All right. So Tyrese put a post up that I've been told that he took down. So Tyrese speaks out. This is the caption. I don't have it on here. Tyrese speaks out on support of Diddy. Although I don't condone abuse or sexual assault, I can't ignore what he's done for music and the culture. So then he goes on to, Tyrese's spiel. Tyrese has the spiel, goes, Tyrese, what can I do? What I can't do and what I won't do is downplay the laughter, the fun, the energy, the inspiration, the awkward shows, the award shows, the studio sessions, the most legendary parties and events I've ever attended in my life. And I also can't act as if my high school backyard parties throughout South Central LA wasn't the craziest parties ever because of the bad boy and slew of hit records. I don't condone nor support abuse, bullying, sexual assault, or anything that is currently being alleged. But what I can't do is turn a blind on how much this means to me and all of us, and what he has done for the community of music and culture. This is his post on Diddy. Don't worry, I am the only one crazy enough to jump out there and say what most of you want to say, but you don't have the balls to do it. So because it's very normal for people to be going through a rough patch, what it's called, and we will all sit back and make a mockery of it. But what I'm gonna do is pray for Diddy. Okay, let me just get to this whole thing. We're not ignoring Tyrese, what Diddy did for music. I don't know about communities and the culture. You know why we didn't ignore it? Because we bought the music, we bought the liquor, we bought the clothes, we watched Revolt, we bought every Biggie remastered album, every Biggie anniversary album, every Bad Boy anniversary album. but miss me with we got to do all this. But because we acknowledge what's going on, that means we're not acknowledging what he did. We did acknowledge it. That's why he's a billionaire, or damn near a billionaire. Well, since then, Tyrese has taken the post down. Now, let me tell y'all why I think that post was made. And this is little Michael Sean's perception on it, my opinion. Allegedly. But this is really my opinion. I'm just saying allegedly randomly. Let me tell you why he put that post out there. Because there are now reports that Diddy had cameras allegedly in every room where the freak offs were going on at them houses. Can't nobody call Diddy right now. If you was at the party, you just can't call Diddy's number. He ain't answering that phone. In my opinion, this is Tyrese's version of saying, Diddy, yo, I got your back. I'm holding you down out here. Yo, do me a favor. Make sure my shit don't. That's why he posted that, in my opinion. That's his way of going, hey, we can't communicate right now, but, cameras in every room. I'm holding you down, dog. I'm the only one. What I can't do and what I won't do is downplay the laughter, the fun, the energy, the inspiration, the award shows, the studio sessions, the most legendary parties. The most legendary parties. Obviously, Tyrese, you didn't have a lawyer help you write. The most legendary parties. It means you were there. I don't know which ones, but it does mean, remember, there were cameras in each one of those rooms. This is alleged by what they say and what the raid did. The raid did. Legendary parties and events I have ever attended in my life. I also can't act as if my high school back. And I read it. I'm not gonna read it again. This is, in my opinion, Tyrese saying, yo, I'm out here holding you down, my dude. Is there any way you can leave me out? Any way them lawyers can make sure you don't come at me? How do you separate the character from the man? I don't know. But that was just one person's opinion. Wow. There's a lot of folks scared right now. Of course. I told you I didn't get invited to I went to a Diddy party. I was at a club. I got there early, like 8, 9 o'clock. I was out. I wasn't a celebrity. So literally, I have a story of me walking the red carpet. I don't even know how I got on the red carpet. And the cameras were going click, 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 click. And there was a radio personality in front of me that was pretty famous. Click, 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 click. And then I walked in the same spot and they went click, click. Then I walked off. Click, 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 click. I swear on everything that's what happened. Matter of fact, it was the party where we got there was a new phone that came out and they gave these cell phones out. I'll never forget that. Them clicks stopped fast when my ass walked on it. Fast. They was click, click, click. They said, who is he? Just go. Just walk. Just walk. Walk. Let me see what Miss Mitchell says. How do you separate the character from what a man does? This is what makes a man, his character. You're worried about a song and a party while this man allegedly assaulted women, sex trafficking, and God only knows what else. This is the problem. People co-signing on this criminal behavior. Okay, well, that's a valid point. But people will say, keep that same energy with all the things that we do watch. I don't know, you're a sports fan. I don't know if you watched The Hangover, but Mike Tyson was in The Hangover. I don't know if you watched anything with Mike Tyson in it. And I watch Mike Tyson. There's a lot of stories behind that story. He got convicted. I mean, there's a lot of folks out here, a lot of actors, actresses, pastors. There's a lot of singers. There's a lot of athletes that have been through some shit. I'm just saying, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying, That's why it's good to just keep your mouth shut. Celebrities always feel the need to issue a statement, post on social media. Yeah, Tyrese is sitting there trying to say, yo, please, please, whatever you do, please, just keep me, please. Look out for baby boy. I'm out here, and now he took down the post. Somebody might have said, you know, the fact that you said legendary parties, the fact that you just told that you were at the parties and they were legendary, and the energy, the inspiration, the award shows, the studio sessions, the most legendary parties and events I've ever attended in my life. He's not probably lying, because that's what everybody would tell me about the parties, the Diddy parties, that they were so incredibly off the chain, off the hook, off whatever. So he's not lying. He's not. Ms. Mitchell, well, then you're being consistent. She said, do you watch Tyler Perry movies? Just asking. I'm just saying it's some alleged. Just saying. Did you go see The Color Purple? The first one? Did you go see the new one? Did you go see the new Color Purple? There's some sketchy shit going on, allegedly, with the characters, people's character who played characters in that. Just be careful when you say absolutely all of it. And I don't know if you do or you don't. Just be very, very careful. From Nickelodeon to Disney World. Well, God bless. If you're able to keep up with everything, then God, Color Purple. Nope. Okay. All right. Well, if you're consistent with that, you tell me what you're into. You tell me what you're into, and I'm pretty sure I can point out some sketchiness that's going on. All right, so how much time we got? All right, we got 20 minutes. So I didn't want to, but I'm sure there are a lot of people, like somebody said, there are a lot of celebrities who are going to be very quiet right now, and because they got, you never know. I'm sure there are people being quiet now.
Been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you would have been swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up?
Just saying, there's some people who are going to be very quiet right now. There's some people who need to be very quiet. It was all fun and games when you was in front of your comfortable zone and people were giggling at what you were saying, but people got to be quiet now.
Have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming?
I'm just saying there's probably a lot of people wondering what got into my mind and make me think, get that comfortable to be, and we don't know what that sermon was about. Never seen the whole sermon. Hey, and Ash got to burn her money. Just fucking with you, dear. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The people with the least character, most of them are on our dollar bills. Hey, I'm just saying, I ain't say no names. I spent a lot of time in Dallas, Texas, DFW. Shout out to you, but there's a lot of people out there. There's some exposing. I don't know what to tell you.
Been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
I don't know. They said them parties were legendary, dog. Said them freakouts were. I don't know. That was just a little. I ain't saying nothing. I'm not. Listen. So, 7:43. It's a Thursday. It's Friday Eve. Especially Disney. They have turned. Yeah, especially Disney. Yeah, Disney. Nickelodeon. Oh boy, man, they're quiet on the set. They're quiet on the set. Wow. That fucked me up. But what was just Jamil? What he said? TD Jakes Nez Feds coming for him like that. Man, listen, I ain't said nothing. You said his name. I ain't say nothing. I'm not trying to get muted on here. You said his name. All right, so let's change gears real quick. Just because, you know, we've been so Diddy overdosed on this. I'm going to play another game of Any Lies Detected. And I want y'all know the rules. If there's a lie detected, say lie detected. Say what you think is a lie. There's no lies detected, no lies detected. So I'm gonna play this clip, and y'all get to it, and then we're gonna talk about it. All right, let me see if I can get it right.
Men that live with women that they hide money from. Why you gotta? I understand men that live with women that they don't trust. I don't understand men that live with women that they hide money from. Why you gotta? I might have got to know where everything at in case something happened to me, because I can't get to it. Right. And I can't be on the phone
trying to
call and telling you where shit is at. Hey, you got to go to Terry house. What for? Look, me and Terry, just go to Terry house. Tell Terry you need that from. Man, you know how hard it's gonna be to get that shit from Terry?
Oh, he ain't got nothing over there.
I ain't getting nothing. What are you talking about?
Bun came
man,
got that
shit.
What are you talking
Boy,
about?
look here.
Bun having for the dimension.
What are you talking about? I mean, he got about 2,500 over here, but that ain't gonna really.
Let's get this. This is what I want.
I don't understand men that live with women that they don't trust. I don't understand men that live with women that they hide money from.
I just, y'all tell me if any lies detected. Because we've had this conversation before, y'all. You married with a man or woman, and this is not men. Obviously, he said men. I don't understand being with somebody married or living with somebody for years and hiding money from your partner. I don't get it. And I know everybody has, I just need my money on the side. Okay, you should have money on the side for things you would like to go get that don't affect the main bill. But why can't I know that? Or why can't you know the side money that I have? Why can't you know what's in my personal account? Because if you gotta hide, let me see your reactions. Let me see, no lies detected. Facts are, if you have to hide something with somebody that you are laying in bed with every night, then you're sleeping with the op. In my opinion, you're sleeping with the ops. I don't care what cute thing you call it, my escape money. You know, my mama always told me, my auntie told me, you need to have money on the side just in case a relationship don't work out. You could bounce. Okay, well then this relationship probably ain't the one for you, in my opinion. Because you are scheming against the person who technically is supposed to be the closest person to you. I'm just waiting, ladies. Men, everybody take over legend community. Nikki, no lies here. I'm not living with somebody that I can't trust. That includes my kids. Facts on facts on facts, and that is a tough one. Go ahead, Nick. Go, Nikki done. Nick, what? Two Jolly Ranchers, a bag of barbecue chips, and a Coca Pepsi, or a Diet Coca Pepsi, or a Sunkist, or a grape soda. That's what you get. That's what you get for that guy. I love it. She said, no lies here. I'm not living with someone that I can't trust. That includes kids. Woo-hoo, some people can't. Oh, Nikki took it there. Nikki took it there. Don Page, what up, what up? Cassie Newman, all facts, all facts, all facts. 100%, 100%. I've never gotten this game. Now, look, there's circumstances where people are living with people simply because they need a roof over their head. But if you're telling me you in love with somebody, you're telling me this is right here, this is your other half, and you telling me this is what you, and you telling me something like this. Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I don't understand men that live with women that they don't trust. I don't understand men that live with women that they hide money from. Why you gotta? I might have got to know where everything at in case something happened to me, because I can't get to it. Right. And I can't be on the phone
trying to
call and telling you where shit is at.
Listen. I'm not trying to be an idealist, but if I have a feeling that you're hiding something from me, this relationship is in shambles. There's nothing to it. Absolutely nothing to it. Thank you, Ms. Clark. Talk to text being used. Talk to text being used right now. Talk to text. Oh, okay. Talk to text. Okay. All right. I guess that you're doing the. Okay. All right. I guess. You know, it takes a minute. I got a lot of things running through my mind right now. I got Bob Sumner coming up at 8 o'clock. Hopefully, he'll be on here. Where's my other list? Where's my? What do we care? Yeah. That bugs me out. I've never gotten, like, what is the point of being with somebody? It's hard enough, in my opinion, to move in with somebody or to marry, because, you know, a lot of people move in now, and a lot of people just ain't trying to waste money on marriage, ain't trying to go to courthouse, and people are scared. You know, people are scared of what happens in divorce. People are scared of what happens with their money. People are scared, and I get it, because that's all, I guess you could say, that's you not trusting that person either. But once we get in the realm and once we're sharing a roof over our heads, it's all for one brand Nubians and one for all brand new. We in this. We in this. This pot of money, this is ours. Yes, we can go, all right, babe. You take this money, you know, that's when you go out, not go out, but when you want to buy some stuff, you know, it doesn't affect. This is our piece of the pie, that this is everything that has to be taken care of. These bills have to be taken care of. I got my money. When I go watch the game with the boys, I might want to treat on the wings. I might be the one that gets the fries. I'm not drinking, but if they drink it, I might pay for the drinks. That money should not be taken from here. But you know, you have access, and you have access because just in case something happens, and you do have access. Now, I don't expect you to use it without, you know, letting me know, but I need to trust that if you were to dip into it, you're like, yo, Mike, you know, I know you got this, you know, I got that, but we need this. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm dumb. Because I hear women all day talking about they got a stash on the side. Now I hear it all day. It doesn't click into me on why would you be sleeping with the ops? Why would you be sleeping with the ops? Why are you treating the person you share that bed with each and every night the same way you trust them grimy motherfuckers in the streets? Those bosses, those promoters, those people that you can't tell at your job that you got a new car, because if they find out you got a new car, they start hating. Well, you know that feeling, y'all. People start treating you different. People start getting jelly when they see that new car in the parking lot. They'll compliment the fuck out of you. And there are a lot of people who sincerely are happy, but there are a lot of people going like, how the fuck he or she get that shit? I can't have that pressure with the person right next to me. We are a team. I can't, let me tell you, there are a few things. Remember we did the list of things that you know, that you want in a companion? Here's another list of things. I can't be with somebody, I can't lay next to somebody and not be certain that if somebody says something disrespectful about me or somebody spreads a lie about me, that you're just not going to sit there and listen. I can't be with you. You can choose not to say nothing. You can choose to do it, but I can't be with you. And I'm definitely not going to hide no money from you. Craig, people move in and get married for all the wrong reasons. All right, Craig, you know what? Let's give a round of applause for Craig for that comment. Whatever Pop-Tart you're into. These are the Ghetto Awards for championship comments. Greg, you also get a Diet Sunkiss or a Sunkiss of your choice or an Orange Crush for that comment. Shout out to Craig. I'm giving awards for these comments now. Stacy Mitchell. Know your joint person. Know your joint personal on the account. Know your joint person on the account. Yes, exactly. The music, it had you, Rashida, it had to come. When anybody puts a good puts a good comment, you will win some awards that probably people don't value, but I do in my life. Is it my money or our money? Oh man, wait a second. That's the question. I'm gonna give you a round of applause for that question. For that question, you get some good ass pork rinds. Is it my money or is it our money? When does that happen? You're right, Mike. You're right, Sean. You have to have trust in every relationship, men, women, children, parents, etc. Yes, yes, indeed. Are we a team? Are we the Michael Shawns? I just put my name on it. Are we the Shawns? Or are we two separate teams under one roof? If you're fighting for goals, then I should be fighting for your goals. If there are dreams that you have, then I should be there on the support. Same with me. If there are struggles, guess what? There are struggles. Now, certain struggles you can't fix a person, but you can be there. Look, I'm here with you for this struggle. Steve, Craig didn't like his Coke Zero. Okay, Craig, Coke Zero. Round of applause. Let's give Craig for that superior comment. Gets a Coke Zero. Some cheese curls. Facts on facts on facts, baby. Facts on facts. Excuse me. That's half the problem because everybody's their own entity now. And I'm no therapist and I don't play one, people. What have I told you? Every relationship I've ever been in has failed. And a big part of it is me. I give myself 60 to 70% of every failed relationship I've been in. Me. But once y'all become two different entities under one thing, once your goals don't have any main road together where y'all could merge in the lane and be like, this is us. And that's not what we're trained anymore because everybody's for self. Everybody's just me. It's me. I got to take care of me and my kids. If we're all living under one roof, when somebody says me and my kids, y'all shouldn't be together. I know biologically that may not be my kids, but my responsibility, I'm Russell Wilson when it comes to that shit, y'all. I'm Russell Wilson. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can send this. Yeah, you know it's hard enough for me to play the sound effects. Y'all already know it's hard enough for me to play the sound effects. But now I'm trying to send links. Copy and paste and send links. Oh, I just spit a little bit. Oh boy, here we go. Let me see if I can make this happen. I apologize, y'all. I was on a roll. I was on fire. Fuego, baby. Oh, link. Let's see if I can. Is there any way? Let's see if I pull this off. If I can pull this off right now, y'all. Pause on pause. Let me. No. Copy. All right, go back here. Let's see if I did this with my left hand. Let's see if I did this with my left hand. Paste. All right, let's see if I did it. Let's see if I was able to multitask. Jeez, when you're Bobby Brown after he left New Edition and you by yourself trying to take over the world, it's hard out here for a pen. Mr. Fry, my money is printed in my partnership with Trust, but we still have independent toy money. That's what I'm saying. But my thing is I'm not going to hide my independent toy money. The independent toy money, is here. I'm not going to hide it. I'm like, yeah, there's so-and-so amount of money here. You know what that's for, right? And she'll be like, cool. You know what it is. If we need this, if there's an emergency, it's here. But this is my toy money. You got your toy money. Mr. Fry, you get a Philly pretzel. I don't know if you like mustard on your pretzel or not. For that comment. I'm giving awards out for dope comments. Giving awards out. Let's see what else we got. Who else up here rocking? Craig's back on it. The word. the word is structure. The first thing that gets paid is the critical bills, mortgage, electricity, life. Craig, you know I still don't have life insurance. Oh, I gotta get this life insurance. I want that IUL life insurance. All right. Food, shopping, car insurance, and then whatever else. That's what I'm talking about, Craig. He laid it down. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. TP, what's good? Now that's facts. Okay, I don't know what it was because I was trying to multitask. I need, and I'm yearning for that, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I yearn to have that partner that we can have, and it could, shit, it might be happening. You never know. But I need that yearn where a person we have the vision on the prize together. Ain't nothing better, in Michael Sean's little opinion, than when you can share goals and you can both be as excited of trying to make the goals and be as willing to do your part to get there. And y'all know, even though y'all might lay in that bed tired at the end of the night, but you realize that we both were doing it because we got that. I don't care if it's a vacation. I don't care if y'all working towards a vacation. The minute y'all get on that plane or that cruise, the minute you get on the plane, you look at each other like, did this shit. It's something special about that. I know y'all looking at me corny. It's something special about that. No salt, avoiding hypertension. Mr. Fry, I apologize. No salt. I don't know if we can get a pretzel with no salt, but maybe I think it's maybe a bagel. Does a bagel have salt? I don't know if you're into bagels. I don't know, but it is what it is. But thank you, Mr. Fry. You still know what I'm doing. Asia, how can two people walk together unless they agree? Oh man, let's go. Oh man, what is your prize? I don't know what your prize is, but first let me get your. Yeah, go ahead, girl. How can two people walk together unless they agree? Free Netflix for 30 days. Free Netflix for 30 days. Facts. Free Netflix.
What?
But it really is something special, y'all.
What?
Maybe my 53-year-old ass is starting to feel sentimental about stuff like that. But it could be. It could be something that y'all have been looking forward to, and y'all both had the vision as y'all was sleeping. Y'all before y'all went to sleep. Yeah, we almost there, girl. We gonna take this trip to New York. We got the room in New York. We got a few days. We gonna chill. That first night in the room, y'all just pounded up. Did that shit. Did that. It's a dope feeling. Let me see. Oh, I don't see him backstage. Let me remove. I think he's backstage. Let me remove everybody. I don't see him backstage. Oh boy. Let me see. I don't see him. Our guest is here, allegedly. But I don't see. Trying to do this is so ridiculous, y'all. I'm backstage. Damn, let me see. All right, now y'all just gonna listen. There's no way I can do this without y'all being part of it. I can't see you. Can you? I can't see you. How do I? I don't know. Let me see if I can invite. Oh man, technology is crazy, y'all. I can't. The guest is telling me he is backstage, but I'm supposed to see backstage, but I don't see nobody backstage. The only person I see backstage is me backstage. Did you get that? That's what's happening backstage. Oh man, I can't call my IT people. Let me see. My husband is my best friend. Our goals align. Ain't not. Ooh, use the word align. Oh, you the takeover legend therapist for using that. You the takeover legend. You wanted to take over legend therapist for seeing that. I can't see you. I'm backstage. What? How he's supposed to pop up? Let me see, y'all. Let me see if I can hit this invite while I'm live. Let me see if there's any way I can hit this invite. I'm scared to, you know what? I'm scared to go this because then all this will fall apart. Oh, and now he's calling me live on the air. Oh, Bobby. Oh, hey, Mr. Sumner, you're live on the air. What's up? I know I can't see you backstage on my screen. That's why I can't. Can you leave the link and come back in again? All right, y'all. Bob Sumner is trying to get on. He's trying to get on right now. I'm solo today, Bob, so I'm trying to handle all the technical stuff. And you know I'm not a technical person. I'm just funny. All right, big dog. All right. So he's gonna back out the link, and I'm gonna try and send him the link again. Yeah, I sent him the correct link. Anybody got any ideas? What? You need them Diddy cameras to see backstage. Dog, stop it. Come on, no more Diddy jokes. All right, no more Diddy jokes. But hey. Peanut M&Ms for that. You get peanut M&Ms for that. Peanut M&Ms for that comment. Peanut M&Ms for that. Let me see if the comments gonna help me. Let's see. Don Page, Mike, with all these technical problems, this is why you need the first lady. LOL. I need somebody. Mo's recovering. Listen, man, I have a sparkling personality. That's what God gave me. This technical stuff, this is not my strong suit. Everyone can't have a good relationship. What else would us good people talk about? Yeah. Well, we could talk, but you know what's funny? We could talk about good relationships. We could. We definitely could talk about good relationships. Let me make sure I sent him. Let me make sure I sent him. Let me make sure I sent him the correct. We gonna make it. Just hang in there, y'all. I don't want to lose y'all. I'm trying to get Bob's up. Summertime 24. Oh, this is not gonna work today. Hey, Bob. Yeah. Can we reschedule for tomorrow morning? Because I don't know what's going on. If you still, I still don't see you.
No, this thing is saying ended at 1:46:46 on the screen. I'm on the screen, and everything is good. It says only the host can see you. The host may add you to the stage at any time. Be ready. Same thing as last time.
All right, let me see if I can email you. Maybe that's the wrong link. I emailed you. Let me email this link to you one more time.
I think that's what you did.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you again. All right. All right. Let me see what we can do, people. All right, show link. Let me see if oh boy. It's just me and you. Oh baby. Me and the Takeover Legend crew. It's just me and you. I'm trying, y'all. Y'all better give me an E for effort. Damn it. Give me something. Copy link. We're gonna try it one more time. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna put this right here. Bam. All right, try that one. Else we're gonna have to do the try again tomorrow, and I'm gonna have to get Shorty to help me with this. Who did he say? Shorty? Did he say that? Did he slip up and say that? Fuck y'all. Hold up. Okay, email it again. That's got to be the right link. That's the link I use to get on here. Let me see your comments. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I'm here, Miss Parker. What is the Mike acting like he's using an Atari 5200? Listen, dog. I am putting I'm putting these comments up. I'm playing sound effects. I'm trying to give y'all content. I'm playing clips. And now I'm inviting the guests to try and copy and paste the link and email it to his email address. I wish you would try and be in my shoes right now. There's a lot going on. Jeanette says she's sending prayer emojis. See, my people know this thing right here. This is what I'm good at. Talking into microphones. That's what I'm good at. Copy, pasting. Oh shit. Yeah. Yes, summertime. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, y'all thought I was gonna give up. Y'all thought technology had beat my ass. Y'all was sitting up here acting like Mike can't do comments. He can't run a whole show by himself. He can't give you sparkling content. He can't play the sound effects. He can't play the video clips. And he damn sure can't get the creator of Def Jam. He damn sure can't get the interview with Bob Sumner, who has found some of the superstars, your favorite superstars in the world. Y'all doubted me. I felt the doubt in the text messages. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't stop. Okay, I was gonna say I don't stop, I won't stop. That's probably not a good thing to say right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come to the stage, Mr. Bob Sumner's in the building. Oh man. All right, Bob. All right.
Oh, crazy, yo.
It's stressful out here trying to run a whole show. It's stressful. My team, I got one guy on vacation. I got a sexy Mo is going. She's recovering for something, and my producer, my production guy, he shows up every once a month. Bob, he shows up every month.
Hey, Mike.
What's up,
Mike? You know, I started at Seton Hall University. I was on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I had my own radio show, but before I got my radio show, you had to like go through things. You had to like engineer.
Right.
You had to do new stuff like that. So I had to on a beautiful Saturday afternoon when I should be over at the park, Ivy Hill, playing ball with the fellas, right? I'm in the radio station engineering cousin Stan Kozakowski's polka party from the Paramus Mall. So it's very important to have your staff with you.
Absolutely.
And we'll work on getting you some interns so they can put it on their resume.
Exactly.
That's how you do it.
Exactly. But it just showed your work ethic even back then. It just showed your work ethic even back then, and how I always tell people, you shouldn't have a irrational. Your belief in yourself should be irrational. You should be able to believe whatever you want, you can make happen. But your work ethic better be as irrational as your belief. If those two things match, there's nothing that can stop you. All right, Bob.
What's that?
There's so much stuff. Is
it?
No, Bob. There's so much shit, Bob. Like I don't even know where to start, Bob.
I know where to start. Let's bow our heads.
Go ahead. You want to say the prayer? You say the prayer. Lead the prayer.
Let's go back to Philadelphia.
We're going to Philly. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Philly with an old stylistic song.
Okay, let's go. Old style. We taking it back. Go ahead. We taking it back.
Let's put it all together.
Let's put it all together.
Yeah. Russell used to sing this song. Russell Tompkins Jr. sang song. Let's put it all together. Then it was a club song by El Coco when I was in high school called Let's Get It Together. You know, I mean, that's what the prayer is all about. Let's get this thing together. And it's going a lot of different places. You know, it's like a lot of attacks for no reason at all. So yeah, it's and the trip is everybody is acting like this is new. It's not new, but it's relatively new because everything really kicked off with the slap at the Oscars. That's when everything started weird now.
You know what, Bob? You know what?
What?
You know what you just said right there?
Right.
Now that I think about it.
That's when it started. And then Dave at the Hollywood Bowl got attacked. Like things was rolling. And now it's like, can you top this? Can you top this? And the trip is, and I know that you, along with a whole lot of other folks, pretty much know that I've been around them for a long, long time when they were, you know, before they were kings. Okay.
Right.
So it's like to sit back here like Big Hunk is really a trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's amazing that you brought up the Will and Chris Rock situation.
Yeah.
It's always personal. Like, even when I talk about this stuff and people, I make my comments and I give my angle and my views and everything like that. It gets, the comedy thing obviously is personal to me because that's what I have. Like, God gave me that, and that's what I inspire, and that's what keeps me waking up in the morning time, even doing this show. I watched this thing called The Dark Side of Comedy. Have you ever seen that documentary called The Dark Side of Comedy?
Yeah, I watch it. I love it. I love that show. I love it. That's my favorite show.
So I watched one on Chris Farley, then I watched one on Richard Pryor. I watched and I forgot the Latin. He was Gerardo. Greg Gerardo.
Yeah,
I remember being in comedy clubs with him, and I watched the tragic ending.
Yeah,
with his addiction and stuff like that, and the fight. Can you, being around us all the time, can you explain to people, because I don't want people to think comedy is just a dark thing, but can you explain to people the struggle that a comic or comedian has in this business, and what the average Joe who watches them on stage or watches her on stage doesn't understand about what a comedian goes through in this business?
One thing I want to say really fast about what be happening with these people that I'm watching these interviews. Too many people are taking sides. Too many people are backtracking what they said. You said one thing on one interview, then you're coming back. I didn't say it like that. Come on now. Don't say nothing. It's not. Let's talk about you and what you're doing. But going to where you are, I'm dealing with a comedian right now who's been in a struggle. And I've tried to help him time and time again. And now you want me to do it again. And this is post-pandemic. All that stuff that I was doing before was pre-pandemic. Everything I'm doing now is new. But something happened. And this is where I'm going to answer your question with this. As simple as this. When somebody gets off the Greyhound, there's always someone else getting on the Greyhound.
Right. Yep.
Whatever the case may be, going to LA, looking for a career, being funniest in West Bubble, what I mean? Whatever. So I decided to go back on the road to look for talent again, like I did in 91. 2022 was like 91. Once the pandemic, I saw what was going on. So I got on the road and I went to 30 cities. And then someone called me from Tampa, Florida, asking me, can I come to another city? I said, well, no, we'll wait until after the new year. And it was during the same time as now. Actually, it was March of 22, whatever, but March Madness was going on, basketball. I remember it. And I watched 14 comedians. Okay. I always look at wherever I'm at. I'm looking at more than enough because I never know when that diamond, right? Number 13 blew me away. Now, everybody else was okay, whatever, but I looked for it. Okay. Know who I saw?
Who?
Where I'm going at with your question.
Who'd you see?
I saw the modern day Charlie Barnett.
Wow. Well,
you know who Charlie Barnett is?
Yes. Our audience, some of our audience may not be familiar with Charlie Barnett, but if you saw a version of Charlie Barnett, okay, so continue. I don't want to interrupt. Go ahead.
Well, Charlie Barnett is a young man that when I would leave my Def Jam office, prior to Def Comedy Jam, I worked for the record company. Right. And I would come through Washington Park.
Right.
And go catch the path to North Penn Station, then drive over to my comedy room. Club 88. Club 88 was the time before the Peppermint. People always think you can't leave Club 88 out. Now, I would see Charlie. Then I said, you know what? I'm going to have Charlie come to the Club 88. I'm going to get into his life because I know what I'm getting ready to do with, creating this new TV show and stuff. So I see a way for him to make, a splash back.
And real quick, Bob. Charlie Barnett, the first time I saw him was performing in Washington Square Park.
There you go.
And it was during the summertime, and they would street perform. And
Right.
I sat on this little, there was like these bumps that you could sit on. It's a round circle. It's like
There
an
you go.
amphitheater. It's a round circle. And I would
got it.
sit there. My girl at the time went to NYU. While
There
she
you
would
go.
go off, I would be there. I would watch him in awe on how fearless this man was to control a bunch of people who were there just to look at stuff.
You hear where I'm going with it.
Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead. Yep.
Charlie Barnett was the funniest person. We didn't have social media, so people wouldn't know to look at him and his crowd work, so to speak, and then start working arenas and stuff. Like Charlie Barnett was so far before his time.
Yes.
You know, but what happened was I brought Charlie in, and he had a guy that he rolled with, George, right? And I made sure that George would get Charlie to where we need to be, or whatever the case may be. But Charlie would actually come to my house to take showers. Wow. You dig? Like we were that close. But where I'm going at it is Charlie was really a king of comedy. When you talk about kings of comedy, it's not based on them having TV shows or a little popularity. Then you bring four guys together who really aren't they wasn't the kings of Def Comedy Jam for sure. But at that time, we was trying to create a Def Comedy Jam reunion. There's a whole story behind how that thing came up. As there are other stories that I see now so fabricated that there was a beginning to all of this. And I like to say that Charlie Barnett, like I'm so proud of Mike right now. Mike got the show on what's the show on the Upshores, right?
Yeah. Mike Epps. Yep.
Mike could have went that way.
Right.
Real talk. You see some of the photo stuff he put up there. It's a lot deeper than that. Deeper than that. But you know, it's like everybody out here who don't have talent, but they have ways to know how to play the game. They halfway winning everywhere but here, everywhere but over here as I build this next thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I appreciate you, Bob, because you always answer phone calls. Number one, you always answer text messages, and you put people in situations when they're struggling, when they're not struggling, when you think somebody needs to be uplifted and stuff like that. And I want you just to comment on. I try to tell people, a comedian's brain thinks no matter what tragedy happens in their life, they think, what's funny about this? Like we could be at a funeral with somebody but the fact of the matter is sometimes a comedian is going through something that they can't make funny yet, but they still got to go on stage and perform. And sometimes the vices that people have are just to get through that 15 minutes, that 30 minutes, that hour on stage. When you see comedians, are you at the point where you realize that a person can only help themselves? Or when you see a comedian going through a struggle, do you intervene? Do you say some words? Or at this point, do you realize the only way a person can get better is if a person wants to get better?
Well, you know, with me, when I'm in a comedy room, I'm looking at the talent. I'm looking at how dope the talent is, right? But then it's the other part, their character. What's going on with you? Because I become a psychologist as much as I am the guy that put you on. So there's so many different backstories. And then when I hear my name being trashed, when I see certain comedians give middle fingers up saying F Bob Sumner, they don't understand. There's a place called Roselle in Linden, New Jersey. It's been mentioned online a couple times. You don't play with us around here. If you don't really know who the person is and you're upset because I selected comedians ahead of you, remember that I travel the country. It's not a LA, it's not a New York thing. I'm everywhere and I'm trying to get every part of the country represented. So if there's 3 people that I like in your city ahead of you, but I have one person in another city, I'm taking that other person in that other city and in maybe all three or two of the three in this city, but you're going to have to wait for the next run because I will be back and you will be better. It's happened before. But if you start talking stuff about I didn't put you on, there's a whole nother story about it because it's so many things about the show. And there was never, I'm looking for a certain type. If you ever really watched my show, right? I call it my show because I built it. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of everybody from Wild Man Steve and Dolomite down to Chris Tucker and Ari Spears. 16-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? But nobody's messing with them right now. They're dealing with, it's been a little bit of everything. But I continue to do it. So that's where I'm at with it. It's like my world is my world, and that's why no one has done what I've been able to do. And when you see the next couple things I'm doing, it's the formula.
And I want to be a part of that. Let me put my plug in.
I mean, but you already been rolling, fam. You understand? You know, everybody ask me why you don't look at all these tapes. I can't look at 20 tapes a day. You know what I mean? It's like, and half of it is garbage. I mean, real talk. I mean, you could get to a certain extent better, but with what you do, Mike, you know what I'm doing down there in Willingboro, giving people an opportunity to perform live. I don't want to see your game tape. I want to see your game.
Your game. So I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this, because somebody who's been, I'm not asking, this is not the Shay Shay's Club.
I'm wide open, bro. I'm wide open.
Diddy, what's going on in Nickelodeon with the Quiet on the Set? How much, people always say, they'll ask me, they're like, what don't we know? And I say, sometimes what you don't know, this country ain't ready to know what they think they want to know. Y'all ain't ready to know. How much bigger do you think this Diddy situation, this all the way back to Harvey Weinstein situation, this underlaying of the dirtiness in Hollywood, how much bigger do you think it's going to be exposed? And how much of it do we really want to know? Do you think the public in general? So number one, how much bigger do you think this thing is going to be? And are the people in this country really ready to absorb what they might hear?
It's a new day, man. It's a new day, and it's really hard to say with the way social media is, because I mean, I remember being with my grandmama in Acme restaurant. Acme, she going to get her S&H green stamps or whatever. Okay. And I'm in there and I see, as you're walking out from the cashier, there's a bunch of publications. You ever notice? The publications is always on your way out.
Star Magazine,
so you hop on and read the National Enquirer. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now you figure everything now isn't really in print anymore. Things are online, but they still exist. It's always news. They was talking about Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe with Frank Sinatra hitting it on the side, or whatever the case may be. That just wasn't on.
And the president. And the president and his brother. The president and his brother.
Exactly. So, I mean, what's any different? The thing that I don't care for is, we know what writers do and stuff, but not talent versus talent and people like that. You know what I mean? It's like we killing each other for notoriety.
Right.
So I think that, I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. If anything, it's going to get crazier because everybody plays, can you top this? You know that.
Everybody plays, can you top this?
It ain't no saints in this damn thing. Ain't been no saints. So it's like, who even knew that you might see yourself on Hulu in Atlanta getting your ass slapped? You didn't know that in 92. I'm gonna tell you, man, there was a time when we were on tour and we would get off tour for a week. So Capri, Capri was like the DJ of choice. So now I'm not gonna tell kid you can't do these dates because nah, we going with you. Not that we going to freak out, but we going to watch the freak out. I saw a kid from my hometown. We're on the tour bus, right? We're on the tour bus, and I never really told anybody about this, but my nephew Reggie. But everybody is on the tour bus going, yo, look at this, look at this. They looking out the window because the highway is packed with cars and stuff, right?
Right.
Look at this, look at this. Come here. I look out the window. There's a guy on top of a van wearing Speedos, right? Like just suntanning or whatever, right? But they like, look at this. And I looked and I knew the kid.
Oh.
And I'm saying to myself, I hope they don't show that on video because it was worth capturing. You know what I mean? But you never know what you're doing that could come back to haunt you later.
Right.
So you got to watch yourself, man. I was on tour for 10 years. Okay? 10 years straight.
Uh-huh.
Bruh.
Ugh.
I can't even imagine.
So what do you, I got so many questions. When you hear about, and I'll just, when you hear about the Diddy's, the Russells and everything like that, are you shocked by it? Or do you just feel that people don't really know the behind the scenes stories on what leads to this? Do you piss somebody off in the industry, Bob? Do you maybe have the wrong lawsuit and they decide they're going to tear you down and expose you? Is it the wrong conversation with the wrong person? A lot of people will bring up Bill Cosby trying to buy NBC. And that was something that may have initiated a conspiracy to bring him down on something that a lot of people were involved in, but they decided they were going to bring him down because of the threat of a black man ever owning NBC. Is there a trigger? Is there a game that you have to play that if you piss the wrong person off, the same people that built you up will tear you down systematically? And some of the stuff might be true, but the fact of the matter is the whole industry might be part of it. Is that something that goes on?
I go back to what I say about talent and character. All right. It's a character, man. It's character. You have to know, first of all, people got to know who they're dealing with, because I can't speak on what anybody did until they did it to me. All right. And I've worked with a lot of the people that are in situations. I ain't never went to the parties unless it was the industry party that my whole crew had to be there. You know what I mean? I didn't, so I shy away from that. But one thing I can say is you never know how people feel about you until stuff come out. You know what I mean? Because to hear people still upset at me for not putting them on television 30 years ago. Right. You know what I mean? Because everybody else, and then, I always talk about how that kid in high school couldn't make the team, but then when he got out, he worked on his game and now he's good. That happens in comedy too. You know what I mean? But don't attack me because of that. But then you find things that think other people are going to come and say, yeah, right. And trust and believe me, I'm taking notes on all of that, because when it's time for me to come back, instead of your character leading you to my next project, you think that everything ended. I have kids, well, I shouldn't say kids, but I started this thing called Laugh Mob Laugh Tracks, but people copied it and this, that, and the other. But
I used to watch it.
I gave a lot of opportunities to those comedians out in LA who weren't getting opportunity because everybody gets so star driven. And the trip is the stars are the ones that I remember the beginning. That's why my docuseries that's coming and my book is going to speak my truth. everybody could speak their truth, but you know, the common denominator in a lot of people's careers is who? Come on.
Yep. You got it. So since we're on that, you're talking about endings. There's been speculation, there have been rumors, everybody has a story, you know. Why did Def Comedy Jam end? Because was it because Martin's departure when he was what was it? Why did something that was so much of a staple that gave us a chance to actually be on the biggest, why did it end?
Let me give you the answer. Def Comedy Jam was just the name of the show. Bob Sumner didn't end. I still have the formula. It's just a matter of all these companies that's trying to do shows like what we did. Holla at me.
But why did it end on HBO? Why did that series
end? Because it ran its course. And know how I know it ran its course? When people, including the people that were part of the machine, we started battling ourselves. Our agent for the tour started plucking the comedians from the tour and putting them in their own places. So now I can't even pull these people back in because now they're getting, the money, which is great, because the thing about the show was we gave people an opportunity to showcase. This wasn't the end of it. This is the beginning. So when I hear comedians talk about Def Jam didn't pay you, Def Jam wasn't supposed to pay you. It was like you recording your record. Now you go out and become Luther Vandross. You go out and become Patti LaBelle. You know what I'm saying? That's how that thing, the Motown Review, everybody left the Motown Review and became their own. We was just, and still would be. People lost track on the fact that they got so Bernie and Chris and Eddie and everybody's like, can you top this? Can you top this? Yes. Let me just hit the road and bring you Mike Epps. Or let me hit the road and bring you Craig Robinson. The show ended because now somebody else came in. And then think about it. They bought poetry. Why? If you bring in poetry in, you could have kept comedy too. And make it the Def Comedy Poetry Hour. You know what I'm saying? But creative people ain't trying to be creative. People are just doing whatever they doing. But when you say, I found out it ended when I was in Aspen at a 15-year anniversary of Def Jam. People were saying, damn, man, like that's how I found out. And then, but the great thing about it was we were replaced with the Chris Rock show, which gave Wanda Sykes an opportunity, Wanda was next in line to be on Def Jam because she used to do my showcases for me, like actually produce them in Baltimore. You know what I mean? I had a whole line of comedians lined up for the next go round, but it didn't happen until, this is where I want to go, 06, 07, they brought Def Jam back, okay? Mike Epps hosted, D.L. Hughley hosted. But that first year, I even saw where the powers that be lost what the show was about. And I understand that Comic View's back, but it's not what it's supposed to be in terms of giving young, fresh upstarts a chance. That's what Def Jam was. It wasn't about, that's why I brought the Rudy Ray Moores and the Paul Moonies and the Wild Man Steves in. I wanted them to get their flowers, since we were on that type of platform. But it was really about showcasing the young Chappelles, the young Tuckers. Cheryl Underwood came to my Peppermint room, which I heard about the Peppermint and lately. The Peppermint, you had to come in there and make it happen. And that's how I knew you could go to Def Jam. If you couldn't make it happen, come back next time, okay? But don't hold it like, it's my fault that you didn't get there. The audience let you know.
All right, let me get to these two questions. The first one's going to be, give me a yes or no, because I need the second one. The first one is, so if it was up to Bob Sumner, not the powers that be.
What do you mean?
I'm going to ask you this question. If it was up to you, if it was up to you, there wouldn't have been a hiatus for Def Jam. Def Jam would have stayed on HBO. Would that have been up to you, and you would have incorporated Def Jam and Def Poetry Jam? Would you, if that was your main, if you were the only one making a decision, would you have done that?
It would have made sense because there was a gap. There was a gap between Comedy Jam and Poetry Jam.
Right.
And even with the Poetry Jam, Danny Russell's brother actually approached me about what would be the approach to bring something like that. And there was another dude, Bruce, I forget his last name, but they came at me to see what it was. And I'm like, when you think about it, poetry and comedy, it's the same thing. It's just a different way to bring the message. You know what I mean? And you see it really worked. I mean, it really worked for them, but even that should still be on. Think about it. That's what I'm saying. Even now, if they was able to bring that, they wouldn't now, of course. Actually, they did try to bring Def Jam back, didn't they? Comedy. They called it something else. I had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
was that the Bad Boys?
But the thing, but no, not the Bad Boys. It was all deaf.
Yes, it was digital. All deaf.
I ran into Tony one day at the Grove when I was in LA. I was in LA for a few years, and Tony said, "Did you hear that they bringing Def Comedy Jam back?" And then he looked at me like he didn't even realize that he was saying it to me, and I was like, "Huh?" And that's when I found out what was going on with that. And then they started trying to go around the country. But again, it's a formula. So when you say, the title Def Comedy Jam, it's still within me in terms of what it is, the same thing. So with what I was going to say is that first year, they tried to bring back all of the guys that had already made it. That's not what the show is about. The show, and that's in the next year, I had Damon Wayans. I had Damon Wayans Jr. on there, Tiffany Haddish, people who nobody knew at that time. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. This is the problem. This was the gift and curse. I did Comic View, I did Showtime with Apollo, never did Def Jam, right? And I did good at auditions. I had a ball. I was young. I love being around all the comedians. We did auditions in Jersey or Carolinas or whatever. I saw you, that's where I met you. All gravy. This was the gift and the curse. How did you feel when us comedians, I never did Def Jam, but got labeled a Def Jam comedian?
I don't even know where that came from, the label. Like, what is a Def Jam? Because no, here's the thing. But let me tell you what that was. The difference between Def Comedy Jam and everything else was we gave comedians an opportunity to do their nightclub act. Whatever that was going to be, because the language, whatever it was. So with that being said, a lot of times the cleaner comedians, you didn't remember them because if it was 4 comedians on the show, 2 or 3 of them might have been throwing it out there like that. So all of a sudden you get that label. We became, Coca-Cola. Pepsi, you know what I mean? It's like a Def Jam comedian. What about was there ever a Comic View comedian? What's the difference?
Right.
Besides, I can say this to you though. There was comedians that did Comic View 5 times.
Right.
Never did Def Jam.
Yep.
You know why? Because I was looking for something different than what I was looking at. I don't want to see remixes. You know what I'm saying? And it was to a point where Comic View started showing remixes. Do you remember? Everything was the same title. Or they would even bring in comedians so they could throw in crickets on them. You know what I mean? Why would I book you if you got crickets on the show? You know what I'm saying? So it was like it's a difference. It's a difference.
And I'll say that. I say that because I remember being at a comic strip. I remember being at the Improv in LA, and I remember that title. Well, I was asked, well, are you one of them Def Jam comedians? And I was like, well, I've never, and I said, I never done Def Jam. I said, but I always wanted to do Def Jam. I said, but I don't understand. I said, I'm funny. And then I would be, this was the crazy thing, Bob. I would be in these white rooms, and the guy in front of me would literally, the white guy would be doing a masturbation joke.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going like, wait a second. I thought y'all were labeling me because y'all thought that's all we talked about. But now when I got on stage, I had to show, that I had a politic joke, or that I had a joke about social injustice, and I had a joke about this and that. But the dude in front of me had this joke. The dude behind me had a date rape joke. But I'm the one who's labeled as the Def Jam comedian. And it was just a pressure of, oh, here come the Def Jam comedian. No, we were just funny as fuck. And the world I came from was explosive. Like when you got on stage, there was a different type of laughter, whether it's good or bad. There was a different type of laughter you had to get to be accepted in the society. There was a different eruption. Like there was a different eruption that you had to get from a crowd to know you did something. So then when we were going to these white rooms, we were trained that we're going for the whole thing. Like I'm trying to dunk from the free throw line. I'm not and sometimes that was bad because sometimes you wouldn't set up jokes. You were going so hard. But then when you would destroy it, you destroy a white room on that night.
Let's fast forward to today though. All of those same places that you was trying to get in, now their biggest nights are, you know what I mean? So it's just a matter of timing. It's it's a little bit of everything that goes with it. But again, all I can speak on is my formula. And it works. It works. It still works. I just need to get these shows all on the air.
Get them all on the air, yeah. And
it's so easy. It's so it. Now here's a gift and a curse. Before it was just us. Now you have an opportunity to put something, stream it anywhere. Yep. You know what I mean? Like right now, like the things that I have, I've been in the lab working on quite a few projects, which is going to include a lot of people on various projects that fit brand, branding. So again, that label, where did it come from? Who knows? But you know what? I took it because that means you're doing something.
Okay, so Corey Holcomb, who I think is a very funny guy, made some statements about, if somebody's been in a few movies that they've had some type of sexual activity, whether it's a man with another man, or a woman with a man, or a woman with women, or whatever. And he was going back and forth with Darnell Rollins. Is there a sacrifice that has to be made to be a real star in Hollywood?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Not at all. That's in your mind. Just like, again, people put things out there, what you got to do to get on my shows. No, it's people make things up, and then you hear comedians say things. If you know how the comedian's humor is, you can't take all of that serious. You can't really, take your ball and want to go home. You know what I mean? It is what it is, and it's been like that for a while. My mama was a Madison Avenue model back in the day, fair skin. Some people have seen pictures on Facebook of my mom. She used to do her thing, right? But it was one thing that my mom used to always talk about. It was the casting couch.
That's what,
it's on you.
Right.
If you think that the casting couch is going to get you somewhere, so be it. It ain't going to get you on my show. You know what I mean? Because it shows me where you are with the character side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's as simple as that. And people who don't get put on, they automatically try to put that. The only reason they did it is because that don't be it. It's in your mind because your ass wasn't talented enough that day. You might be next week.
Right. Well, at least you addressed the casting couch. At least you did address their
casting couch is real. Yo, let me tell you this. I used to before I did the comedy show, I would work with the art department at Def Jam and give them models, right, and stuff like that for the videos.
Right.
And a lot of the models used to come out of the peppermint. Okay. This, that, and the other. So one time I sent a young lady on a shoot, right? And she came back to my office And she said, Bob, I can't believe what just happened. Right.
Oh
And I
no.
was like, what? And they said the director was like, he couldn't believe my body. Right. Now she's just there to do this, but he thought that she wanted it so bad that she was going to let him just whack off
Oh,
by looking at her.
wow.
What?
That she didn't get the job.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, it's terrible. It's been terrible.
All right, Bob. Can we? Am I booking you for Thursday? Next Thursday? Is this going to be a regular thing, or do I have to wait till Tuesday to find out if you? Because I know you're a busy man.
But what I did tell you that I told you that I when we were going to try to make that happen, I really got ill.
No, I'm glad you're better. I'm glad.
Yeah,
No, I totally understood that. Yeah.
I was just waiting for you to come back, and we could kick it. This don't have to be everything all in one. You can get your notes together. I'm here because, and again, I've been asked to do quite a few of these. You know what I
Right.
mean? And not the Breakfast Club, not Shay Shay, and what's the other one? Drink Champs.
Right.
But I hear my name mentioned over and over again. You know what I mean? But that would be one thing. But coming here with you amongst everybody else, this just makes all the sense in the world because we have experienced very similar lives. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And again, you're a talented brother. Your character is on, and I loved you last Thursday. Thursday, because that was cool. That was cool, right?
Yo, that room. When you go to rooms and you try, when you go into a room, you always mentally have to go like, all right, just make sure you're focused. If it's this type of room, it may be a loud room. It may be a room where people aren't paying attention. It may be. And then when I walked in, I said, this guy done created the perfect room. And we do so many shows that sometimes like your room. And I'm not saying it's just because your room in Willenboro is amazing.
But that's a setup room. That's the peppermint.
Yes.
Okay.
But this room Thursday that you have in Newark is so perfect in every aspect.
Yeah.
From the lighting, from the demo of the audience. It's almost like you trained the audience. The audience allowed you to set up your jokes to actually, and they were getting the nuances of everything.
Yeah. Thanks,
every side little thing you said, I said, because forgive me, I'll write something and I'm like, oh, they're not gonna get this. But I got to make sure they do get this. But this room got the little points because they were really attentive and listening. And it was a pleasure being there. Yo, I had a great time. And whenever you want, well, obviously I want to get you on here, but tell them your schedule. Tell them
that was show one. That was show one because we were in another space. But when we saw this space, it's like, yo, this is the space. You know what I mean? Because you want your room to feel comfy. You know what I mean? You don't want to feel like you screaming to the people in the back. You know what I mean? So if you look at between that and the Apollo, right?
Uh-huh. Yes, and the Apollo too. Yes.
Those vibes is crazy. So then I have the other stuff. But just, man, when I say it's crazy, I'm working on a big project along with what I already have going on in DC that you have to come down to.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, we're doing the Time to Laugh. It's a local situation pretty much for DC TV and film. I have Comedy Under the Stars coming back, Mike, to Linden, New Jersey.
Okay.
It's a project that I put out last summer with the mayor there, and it really gave me they gave me 2 months. This year they gave me 4 months. You know what I mean? So I'm rocking with that. I'm doing Jazz and Jokes outside at Military Park in July and August in Newark. That's going to be really, really cool.
That's dope.
I'm working on a new Deaf Comedy Jam type Rising Stars meets the vets who's ready now, like Bernie was then. Right. I'm working on something there. I'm working on my doc series. That's going to be a big announcement. Comedy at the Hall that we just spoke on. Willingboro every first Saturday of the month. We have the main show, but we also have, when comedians are trying to get on, again, don't send me any links. What you do is you set up a showcase, 5 minutes. You know, some people fly out to LA for 3 minutes. Okay. Right. You could come see me for 5 minutes, and next thing you know, you may be at the Apollo. I just created a new situation with the legendary Yo-Yo, the rapper.
Oh,
Yo-Yo.
nice. Yes.
Yo-Yo called me. Yo-Yo said, Bob, I got a place in Lynchburg, Virginia. I'm like, what?
I've been to Lynchburg.
Sure enough, I got Apple Brown Betty there in Lynchburg. We're working on more Apollo Comedy Club dates. We have a Will Wright, man. Did you see Will Wright's video about him doing the Apollo?
I saw it. You know, me and Will Wright, that's like part of my team.
I noticed.
Yes, and Will, that was so heartfelt. I was so happy for him. I was so happy for him.
That was so dope. And then there's the Because They're Funny festival down in DC that's coming at the end of September that I've been working with my partner Jeff Friday from the American Black Film Festival. That's a big deal. And last year we did it and it really rocked out, but it was the strike. So we didn't have the sponsors behind it.
Right, got you.
With the ABFF. So we're getting ready to get into that. So I have like a plethora of things going on, and I'm wide open, Bob.Sumner on Instagram. You know what I mean? That's how you keep up with me, and that's how you really holler at me, because I don't have Facebook Messenger and all that, because you get all that craziness that come over there. And, you know, I'm just doing what I do. But again, Willingboro is popping, North Harlem, DC. I'm Lynchburg, you know what I mean? And if anybody, I was even saying, Mike, that, you know, I can actually create the brand where, just like I travel around the country, if people have a comedy night that they trying to get off, or if they trying to do a something for a foundation or a fundraiser, like I just did an all-female show at the Apollo 2 weeks ago. I had a comedian from South Korea. I had a comedian there from India. Had a comedian from Haiti, and a comedian from DC hosted. And when I tell you, it was an international. The cuisine of jokes was so dope. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm with you, baby. I'm with you. All right.
I know you. I appreciate you waking up. Even though I know you're an early riser anyway. I appreciate everything you do for comedy. We will have Bob Sumner back once again. Bob.Sumner on Instagram. He's got the Willingboro show. Anybody in South Jersey, that happens in the first weekend, the first Saturday of the month. You can find out the schedule by going to his Instagram. The Apollo Theater, the club.
Fourth. That's the fourth, that Thursday before.
It's amazing. It's if you want to go enjoy comedy and you don't need the distractions of loud bars next to you and all that other stuff, and you just want to actually enjoy the art of comedy, make sure you check out his schedule. Every room I've done for Bob has been something where I'm like, oh, I can really be who I want to be right here on this stage. I thank you again, Bob. We'll see you soon. Hopefully we can get you next week. Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Thank you, bro.
All the comments, give it up for Mr. Bob Sumner, y'all. Thank you, Bob.
Hey, happy Easter, Bob.
Oh, yeah. Happy Easter, everybody. Listen, I've been so running. I forgot it's Easter Sunday coming up.
Hey, it's my grandson's first Easter. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm excited. Congratulations.
Yeah. Even got him his own remote.
All right, Bob. It's good seeing you, Doc.
Thanks, man.
All right. Hey, it happened, people. We did it. Mr. Bob Sumner. I tried to get all your comments in, y'all. If y'all saw your comments were flashing on there, I tried to get everybody's comments. I don't want nobody angry that you didn't get your comments in. You saw the comments. Let me, before I get out of here, because you know I got a job, so I got to get a Lynchburg, Virginia. Don't forget, he does have the show. And I'm not saying that just because I do his shows and I like doing the shows. They're perfect. The atmosphere is perfect. So you can go there. You can take your significant other, or you could take your friends. It's for everybody. The Willingboro show is a staple out here. I'm like 10 minutes away from where he does the show. Go do that. And you know, I did the Apollo for him, and that was amazing. And the one in Newark was so perfect. I can't explain to y'all. I mean, it's like being able to really dig into your material and have people who appreciate the fact that they're going to take their time with you. Shout out to Sean Harvey. Shout out to all the comedians that were on the show, but shout out to Sean Harvey. Rashida, I would love to interview on my show to promote him even more. Well, Rashida, Bob will answer. Go to his Instagram. He's one of the people. He's always looking for new talent. He's always looking for new talent, and he's always willing to people who have been on to continue to put them on. But I would go to his Instagram, bob.subner on Instagram, and send him your information. And he's very approachable. Now, I don't approach him in the wrong way, but he's very approachable. I don't approach him in the wrong way. That's all I'm saying. RG Parker, blessed day, everyone. Have a great day on purpose. We miss you, Mo. Yes, shout out to Sexy Mo. Sexy Mo is resting. I'm not rushing her to come back on the show because I want her to get tons of rest. That's one of my friends that I have to tell to slow down. You ain't got to tell me to slow down. Tell me to slow down once. Guess what? I'm napping. But I want Mo to get her rest. Jay Black is busy for the week. He'll be back next week. And I'll see Chung pops in. He's like a Wu-Tang member. You never know. You never know when he's going to pop up. Might be a show in Virginia. He might pop. You never know with C Chung. I mean, he does our production, so I can't hate on him, but you never know when C Chung's going to make it happen. Let me get these last comments in. Rashida, everybody have a great day. Everybody have a great day. And we will close out. We talked about the intro. We got to change that intro. So C Chung will be back at work very soon. I'll be calling him after the show. So I ended. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that, and understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in life. Fight for your happiness and never let anyone or anything or any situation take it from you. From Michael Sean, Jay Black, Sexy Mo, C Chung, our guest, Mr. Bob Subner, we are gone. And because we don't have an outro, because Facebook and YouTube has decided that outro is going to mute us in certain countries, we will leave with some comedic humor. And the reason why I work so hard, no disrespect to the people in this commercial, the reason why I work so hard is that I never want to audition to be in one of these commercials.
Jones barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue and foot massage. Better come down here, get some of this shit. You like to eat. America loves to eat.